The protagonist Xuanguang, due to an accident, came to the world of explosive racing with a dragon soul. He met with hunting spirit and became their partner. How will he continue to develop? Chapter 1. Dragon-shaped stone carving. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. At this moment, a young man was sitting on the sofa, holding a box in his hand. The box was very ordinary, which was a regular cardboard box. At this moment, the young man slowly took out a dragon-shaped stone carving from the cardboard box and placed it slowly on the table. This young man's name is Xuanguang, 23 years old this year, and he is the owner of an internet cafe. He has lived a very difficult life since childhood. He has always been raised by his grandfather. He doesn't know who his parents are. He only knows that he is the grandson of Xian Haihua, and he has never met his own parents. When he was just in his third year of high school, Xian Haihua was diagnosed with cancer, and upon hearing this news, Xuanguang was completely disoriented. In order to find money to treat Xuan Haihua's illness, he dropped out of school and went to work everywhere. Unfortunately, Xian Haihua did not persist until Xuanguang raised enough money for his treatment before passing away due to illness. Before Xian Haihua's death, he always held on to the dragon statue in front of him and refused to let go. It was not until he was about to swallow his breath that he handed the stone carving to Xuanguang, instructing him to take good care of it. Even if something happens to you, it cannot happen. Looking at the mysterious light of the dragon-shaped stone carving in front of me, I didn't see anything. I only felt that this stone carving, like other stone carvings, had nothing special about it. It must be said that what sets him apart from other stone carvings is his exquisite craftsmanship. It has to be said that the carvers of this dragon-shaped stone carving are really skilled. The dragon head, body, scales, and tail, as well as the dragon head, are all carved to life, as if they were living creatures. Looking at this dragon-shaped stone carving, I feel as if I have seen a real dragon. Alas, I don't know what's good about this stone carving. The old man actually thinks he's even more important than himself. Then Xuanguang turned on the TV with the remote control, clicked on the history viewing record, and saw that there was only one TV in his history viewing record, which was the exploded car. That's right, it's just an explosive car. Xuanguang has been too bored lately and can't find any good TV to watch. Then he went to watch the video, and then he accidentally came across the video of the exploding car. After watching the video of the explosive car, he recalled his childhood when he watched it as a child, and then he searched online for all the plot of the first to third installment of the explosive car. I just want to watch it again and review the wonderful childhood experiences. Today he has already seen the ending of the third installment, which is the episode where the Flywheel Qingfeng and the others fight against Emperor Fei. He first went to the refrigerator and took out a bottle of cola, and then went to grab a handful of melon seeds. First, he poured himself a large cup of cola, and then put the melon seeds into a fruit plate. Then, while watching TV, he was munching on melon seeds and enjoying his drink. At this moment, when the Flywheel and Qingfeng on TV were about to lose out on Emperor Meteor, they suddenly saw a vortex formed by dark clouds in the sky, and lightning was still creaking in it. A voice came out of the vortex, followed by an explosive flying car that emerged from it. Ha ha ha, I have returned from hunting heavenly spirit. Flywheel and Qingfeng were both shocked at this moment. Even Luo Sha was very shocked. At this moment, I was extremely excited when I saw the mysterious light that appeared on hunting sky. He was already very fond of the explosive racing car Lai Tianpo. He had always felt that Lai Tianpo was not only powerful, but also very handsome. When he was young, he had always fantasized about becoming Lai Tianpo's partner. Chapter 2. Crossing. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. At the moment Xuanguang saw hunting heavenly soul, he was very excited. Unconsciously, he kicked down his bottle of Coca-Cola, which was next to the socket. His cola bottle cap was not closed, and the cola quickly flowed out of the bottle and onto the socket. An electric current began to sizzle, and Xuanguang did not notice any danger and was approaching him. Then Xuanguang stepped on it with one foot, and the electric current spread from Xuanguang's soles to his entire body like a bone-attached body. Ah, Xuanguang felt as if he had been hit by Pikachu's 100,000 volts now. The current was still ongoing, and Xuanguang only felt his eyelids very heavy at this moment. Slowly, he closed his eyes, and in the last moment of closing them, he seemed to see the dragon-shaped statue on the table with its eyes flickering. After Xuanguang lost consciousness, the dragon-shaped statue transformed into a light and shadow that penetrated Xuanguang's body. After an unknown amount of time, Xuanguang slowly opened his eyes and said, "Where is this? How am I floating?" Looking at the light and shadow everywhere, Xuanguang felt like he was in a place like a passage in time and space. What's going on? I'm not dreaming, am I? How am I here? How can I vaguely remember that he seemed to have been electrified by electricity? He felt a sharp pain all over his body at the time, and it felt like that current could directly electrify it. Until the current vividly electrocuted him. Xuanguang only felt a constant gravitational pull pulling him forward. Then the speed became faster and faster. In the end, he landed in an unknown place. Xuanguang looked around at the environment, and everything he saw was nothing. There is a mysterious pattern shining under his feet. Like a magic circle, where is this? I'm not dreaming, am I? Then Xuanguang squeezed his flesh hard. Ah, it hurts so much. It seems like I'm not dreaming. Then Xuanguang became confused. Damn it, where is this? I need to go back. I won't be abducted by human traffickers, will I? But even if they are abducted by human traffickers, there's no need to create such amazing special effects. Why do they catch me for having so many special effects with money? The money for this special effect should not be cheap. Then Xuanguang thought to himself that I wouldn't be in the underworld now, would I? Did I get electrocuted and hang up, heading straight to the underworld? Think of this. Xuanguang shouted loudly. What did I do in my previous life? Why should I die young? I still have a lot of youth. A lot of time, I still have a lot of wives to watch. Why did you let me die so early? Suddenly came a powerful voice, it was you who awakened me. Xuanguang was taken aback. Damn it, isn't it a ghost? Where did the sound come from? Who are you? Where are you? Also, why am I here? Then the voice said, I am the most powerful explosive flying car on Earth. I seem to be watching that thing just now when the car exploded. But he said he is the most powerful explosive flying car on Earth. But there's no such thing as explosive cars on Earth. Is it some wealthy lunatic who's idle and has nothing to do? Look, I was just watching explosive cars, so he used this to deceive me. At this point, Xuanguang had already labeled this voice as insane. Then the voice said, I feel the breath from a different world on you, and that breath has a very powerful power. I can't explain clearly, but that breath is constantly attracting me. It opened the channel between your world and this world, which is why it brought you here. At this moment, Xuanguang secretly regretted in his heart, saying, oh my, this lunatic, isn't it because he has read too many fantasy novels? It's his mother different. I'm still attracted to you, what a nuisance. His mother powerful energy, I really want to ask, which psychiatric hospital did he come from? I thought so, but Xuanguang didn't say it. He replied that my name is Xuanguang and I am a light warrior from the dragon god land of M78 Nebula. Xuanguang spoke nonsense. After a while, the voice said again, let's make a deal, as long as you can take me out. I will lend you all my strength. Chapter 3. Hunting the Heavenly Spirit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xuanguang cursed loudly in his heart at this moment. Damn it. Just leave me here. Surprisingly, he still fooled me like a child. What made you go out? Give me strength. This is not to say that I am Emperor Qin Shi Huang. I am currently sealed in Huangling and need several million. Can you lend me a few million to lift the seal first? After I come out, I will give you half of the country. But at this moment, people have to bow their heads under the eaves. Or please get it. Big brother, can you be good or not? You can let me go, I have no grudges or grievances against you. Can I go back? I won't tell others what I saw today. Not a word will be revealed. I can't get out, and neither can you. That voice is coming again. After hearing these words, Xuanguang became even more angry. It's all here, you're still playing with me. Thinking of this, Xuanguang directly cursed out. Yeah, I have no grudges or grievances with you. You've been playing around here all this time. My uncle can't bear it, my aunt can't bear it. TM, come out and I will fight to the death with you. With Xuanguang's mouth emitting a fragrant aroma, he cursed for about 10 minutes. But there was no movement around, and after a while, the Xuanguang finally calmed down. Continuing to ask. Who are you? And what is this place? The voice came out again. I am the most powerful explosive flying car hunting spirit on Earth, this is the sealed space. Upon hearing this, Xuanguang's brain crashed directly. Holy crap, hunting for heavenly spirits, you said you are a hunter of heaven. Xuanguang was shocked and said, yes, I am hunting heavenly spirit. I feel the different forces from another world within you, and that force opens up a channel. I have delivered you here. Xuanguang did not reply to him, but kept thinking in his heart. Damn it, this voice says he's the hunter of heaven, isn't it that I've crossed over to the explosive car? Is it that electric current that directly electrocuted me, and then my soul came to a different world? Xuanguang is an old-fashioned man. Otherwise, he wouldn't be as idle as an internet cafe owner, as a fish's profession. I was originally the owner of an internet cafe because Xuanguang wanted to become a salted fish, which is why he opened an internet cafe. He also reads a lot of novels about time travel in his daily life. Damn it. I actually traveled through TM. And I have also traveled to the world of explosive cars. Thinking of this, Xuanguang is extremely exciting. That's right, he was extremely excited, and he didn't feel sad because he couldn't travel back to his original world. Last time he didn't have any relatives either. Lying idle at home all day without any fun, I didn't expect to come into the world of explosive cars now. You should know that this world has explosive cars, which is much more interesting than lying at home with salted fish. However, Xuanguang seems to have noticed the issue mentioned by Tianpo. That's why he seems to have arrived in the sealed space of hunting heavenly soul now. Isn't that like Luo Sha? If you want to help Tianpo search for a burst chip and then unseal it, isn't TM the villain? You should know that no matter where the villain is, as long as it is, it seems that TM will die miserably. Xuanguang had already imagined his tragic future. But Xuanguang really likes the explosive racing car Tianpo. He has always fantasized about having something. The last chance is now in front of us, it's not a lost opportunity, it never comes again. Xuanguang was very conflicted. He said to the cracked sky, can you give me some time to think? I want to think carefully, said Xuanguang. Okay, no problem, said cracked sky without hesitation. Anyway, he has already been sealed for so long. I don't care about this little bit of time anymore. He can feel whether he can go out this time, it depends on the young man in front of him. He could feel that the boy in front of him had the power to get him out. Chapter 4. Breaking Seals. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Xuanguang pondered for a moment and said, even if I want to take you out, I can't do anything about it. I have nothing at all. Strength can help you. At this moment, Tianpo's voice came out again, saying, no, you do. There is a powerful force within your body. I can feel that he can take me out. That force is even stronger than before. And the strength attribute is also very similar to mine. Is there anything inside my body? He reached out to touch his chest, and then his hand passed through his chest. Damn it, what's the situation? Why did my hand pass directly through my chest? It's too unscientific, said Lai Tianpo at this moment. It's not surprising. You're now like the soul of the human world, so your whole body is illusory. Soul body, damn it, how come I don't even have a physical body? Even if I rescue you, it doesn't seem to be of much use. I can't even touch you, let alone use you. Others definitely can't see me. Am I going to be an air person? Think of a man and a woman doing some shy things, while being like a ghost, standing next to the crowd eating melons. Well, okay, it's quite scary. Xuanguang even wanted to mess it up. Anyway, he's just a soul body and can't do anything. It's better to stay here with the splitting sky and break on his own. At this moment, Hunting Heavenly Soul spoke up and said, this is not a difficult thing. Just wait for me to come out and use my power to shape a physical body for you, and that's it. In the original work, Emperor Meteor can easily freeze the entire ocean. Think of Hunting Heavenly Spirit and Emperor Meteor being defined as explosive flying cars of the same level. They all possess the power to easily destroy the Earth, so it is known how unpredictable the methods of the Sky Shatter are. Upon hearing these words, Xuanguang reignited his fighting spirit, and then he wilted again. Even if he had a powerful force in his body, he didn't know how to take it out for Hunting Heavenly Spirit. How could he release Hunting Heavenly Spirit? It's simply hopeless. Saying it is like not saying it. At this moment, a phantom of the dragon's movement rushed out of Xuanguang's body. Xuanguang recognized him at first glance upon seeing this phantom of the dragon's movement. According to the true scripture, isn't this the dragon-shaped statue of the old man? What's going on? Will it appear here, and why is it still alive? At this moment, the phantom of the dragon's path emitted an energy wave from its mouth, rushing towards the seal where the Hunting Heavenly Soul was located, and then rushing into the seal. Then, many cracks appeared in the seal, and soon, a terrifying aura clashed from the seal. Xuanguang said, "What's going on? Is this an earthquake?" Then a burst of bold laughter came from within the seal. "Ha ha ha, I'm finally coming out, I'm finally going to break this damn seal." Then the seal was completely shattered, and a burst flying car rushed out of it, slowly floating in front of Xuanguang. "Speaking of the boy, I hunted the heavenly soul, and I promise to give you the strength to become your partner. I will definitely be able to do it. From today on, I will fight alongside you for Hunting Heavenly Spirit." Xuanguang still believed it. After all, when he saw Hunting Heavenly Spirit helping Flywheel and Qingfeng in the original work, Xuanguang felt that Hunting Heavenly Spirit's heart was also kind. Otherwise, after defeating Emperor Meteor, he could clearly directly attack Flywheel and Vanguard, but he did not. Xuanguang was overjoyed in his heart, like a pie falling from the sky. He didn't expect it to be so easy, and he got the powerful explosive flying car of the Hunting Heavenly Spirit. Just as Yi Tianpo agreed to become the explosive flying car of Xuanguang, the phantom of the dragon's path rushed towards the Hunting Heavenly Soul and then rushed into its body. At this moment, Hunting Heavenly Soul felt that force was merging with its own, and that force was constantly transforming its body and shape. Chapter 5. Self-Made Body. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the current appearance of Hunting Heavenly Spirit, Xuanguang anxiously spoke up and said, "How is it? Are you okay?" At this time, the hunting spirit is in a very bad state. Xuanguang was afraid that the newly obtained explosive flying car would be scrapped before he could touch it. After a while, I finally heard Lai Tianpo speak up. "Don't worry, kid, I'm fine. The light and shadow just now were changing my body, and I felt my strength becoming stronger and stronger." Upon hearing what Lai Tianpo had said, Xuanguang breathed a sigh of relief. You should know that hunting heavenly spirit is the explosive flying car he just got. If he was disabled by that dragon shadow just as soon as he got it, he would have suffered a great loss. The kind that cannot be replenished even after drinking nuclear wastewater for 10 years. It is impossible for Lai Tian to be completely renovated even if it is broken for a while. Xuanguang found a place alone and sat quietly watching the changes happening. At this moment, it became sparkling with gold. There are also many dragon lines on the body of the car. The car body has also become larger. After a while, the hunting heavenly spirit was finally transformed and completed, at the same time as the renovation of the hunting heavenly spirit. Xuanguang felt like he had an inexplicable connection with hunting heavenly soul. Xuanguang can clearly feel all the conditions inside the body of hunting heavenly soul at this moment. Xuanguang, who felt this phenomenon, was very shocked. He felt that it was like a soul contract in a fantasy novel, which could connect the two parties to the contract. But how does it feel like hunting heavenly spirit is the object of a contract? And it seems to be able to share the power of using hunting spirit and everything else. Now Xuanguang is using the power of hunting heavenly spirit to shape a physical body for himself, and he feels like pinching a clay figurine. Fortunately, Xuanguang has learned 2 techniques of pinching you from his master in ceramics before, and he is also considered a master in this area. Quickly, a young man with beautiful features and sword eyebrows was pinched out. He is 1.89 meters tall. Lu Shun has long hair that extends to the waist. He looks white and clean, with 8 abdominal muscles that are very full, but he doesn't appear rough and wild, just like a celestial being descending to earth, not contaminated with the smoke and fire of the world. With an indescribable and elegant aura, a single glance seems to captivate countless young girls. Looking at his masterpiece, Xuanguang was also very satisfied. Muttering praises in my mouth, I truly deserve it. If it weren't for my lack of interest in this area, it wouldn't be a problem to become a master with this skill. After a series of inspections, I feel that there is no problem now. Then Xuanguang plunged into this physical body with all his brain. A few minutes later, the young man slowly opened his eyes. Xuanguang carefully experienced it and felt very good. I tried to walk around and there were no major issues. After more than 10 minutes of adaptation, Xuanguang was finally able to perfectly control this physical body. Just now, Lai Tianpo noticed that Xuanguang had been making that physical body so seriously. So I didn't bother either, just quietly watching from the side. After seeing Xuanguang finish everything, hunting heavenly spirit slowly drifted past. Seeing hunting heavenly spirit approaching, Xuanguang also opened his hand and caught hunting heavenly spirit. Hey kid, let's go after we finish it. I don't want to stay in this place anymore. I'm tired of seeing this place. You should know that the cracked sky has always been sealed in this place. China and Japan cannot be free. Day after day, year after year, I don't know how long has passed. I have long hated this place to the bone. Not directly destroying this place can already be considered as the great mercy of hunting heavenly spirit. Chapter 6. The new form of hunting the sky soul. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Just as Lai Tianpo was about to leave, Xuanguang quickly spoke up to stop him. Wait a moment, Lai Tianpo turned around and looked at Xuanguang, puzzled. Kid, do you have anything else to do? Xuanguang spoke up, don't you want to feel the power of your heart and the changes that have happened to you? Also, I won't ask the kid to get to know me again. After my name is Xuanguang, we will become partners. Xuanguang solemnly said, looking at Xuanguang's solemn gaze. Splitting Tianpo also spoke up and said, hello partner, my name is Lai Tianpo. Please take good care of me in the future. Then Lai Tianpo spoke again and said, okay, Xuanguang, I also want to feel the new power I have gained. Then 4 attribute-free chips slowly appeared in front of Xuanguang. Xuanguang caught these 4 chips. Then he shouted loudly, grabbed the hunting heavenly spirit, threw the 4 chips forward, and then forcefully threw the hunting heavenly spirit in his hand. I saw hunting heavenly spirit catching up with the 4 attribute-free chips at an extremely fast speed, and then hunting heavenly spirit steadily caught 4 attribute-free chips. Immediately after, it exploded and transformed into a hunting spirit. Lai Tian's soul steadily caught 4 burst crystals. It started to burst and deform. The hunting spirit is in the air, rapidly transforming like a machine. Then it turned into a majestic 5-clawed golden dragon. In the original work, the body of the hunting heavenly soul was relatively small, but it was modified. A dragon has a relatively long body, but it is also a bit small. And the hands were a bit big, feeling like a small snake. But after merging with the golden dragon shadow, the form of the hunting heavenly soul underwent a great change. The originally smaller body also became larger and more exquisite. The transformed dragon also transformed into a majestic 5-clawed golden dragon. Come to life. You can also clearly see the scales of the 5-clawed golden dragon. It seems like a mechanical version of a divine dragon. Mighty and domineering. See your current form. Hunting heavenly soul was also very shocked. I didn't expect that after merging with that energy, I would undergo such a big change. After experiencing the power of the hunting heavenly spirit for a while, it also returned to the vehicle model and returned to the hands of the entrance. Alright, it's time we left. A portal appeared in front of Xuanguang. Xuanguang walked in with great strides. As he walked out of the portal, a beam of light shone into Xuanguang's eyes. Xuanguang only felt very dazzling at this moment, and it took him a while to adapt to the sunlight. It's great to be able to smell fresh air again in the air on Earth, which is followed by a big breath. Although it's not the same world, the air is always the same as before, colorless and tasteless, but taking a breath always makes people feel comfortable. Take a look at the environment you are in. This is a forest. Xuanguang didn't know where this was because it was different from the world he was in before. Although it was both Earth, the landforms and terrains of the 2 Earths were completely different. You should know that in the original work, the world of explosive cars is much more technologically advanced than one's own world. At first glance in the aerial arena, it is clear that in his original world, those things could not be created. At this moment, Lai Tian's soul, standing on Xuanguang's shoulder, spoke up. Xuanguang, where are we going now? Xuanguang Dao, I don't know either. I'm from a different world. I'm not very familiar with this place, and you're not unfamiliar with it. Xuanguang returns. Forget it, let's go find a place with people first and then make plans. Speaking, Xuanguang walked towards the direction outside the forest. Chapter 7. The beginning of the plot. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this moment, a handsome young man sat on a counter. That's right, this person is Xuanguang. Xuanguang has been in this world for 5 years. For 5 years in this world, he didn't know what to do, so he started his old business. Yes, he also opened an internet cafe in the world of explosive cars, called Explosive Internet Cafe. In order to better follow the development of the plot, he opened the internet cafe in the city of Qingfeng, because the plot of the first installment will all unfold in the city of Qingfeng. So Xuanguang opened an internet cafe, waiting for the arrival of the protagonist Flywheel and Qingfeng, but unexpectedly, he waited for 5 years. At around 11 o'clock in the evening, Xuanguang murmured to himself, "Ah, I came too early, haven't I? Why has it been 5 years? The 2 kids, Flywheel and Qingfeng, haven't come yet. When should I go? If the plot doesn't start here, it feels so boring." At this moment, a middle school student came up to Xuanguang and said, "The boss brought me a machine." Xuanguang typed on the computer in front of me a few times, and then said, "Go ahead, Unit 19. As usual, you can check out when you leave." Then the middle school student headed towards Unit 11. Not long after the middle school student walked, Xuanguang suddenly looked out into the sky, as if he had seen the distant space through the wall. Then there was a smile on the corner of my mouth. Is the plot finally about to start? At this moment, the hunting heavenly spirit inside Xuanguang spoke up. Xuanguang felt that there were countless waves of energy coming towards the place where we were in the distant sky. That's right, the hunting heavenly spirit is currently within Xuanguang's body. Because when Xuanguang first arrived, the explosive flying car had not yet appeared. In order to avoid causing too much trouble, he used the power of the splitting sky to open up an inner world inside his body, and then stored Tianpo in the inner world. The show is about to begin, Xuanguang said. What kind of drama is it? Hunting Heavenly Soul asked in confusion, and Xuanguang smiled and said that the two sons of fate in this world will appear. And if you hadn't met me, you would have been defeated by them. At this moment, Tian's soul fell into contemplation. Do you silently think of the Son of Destiny in your heart? In these years of interaction, Tianpo has also learned many secrets of Xuanguang, such as the future development direction of the world. Xuanguang knows a lot, so he firmly believes in Xuanguang's words. At this moment, Xuanguang didn't know what Tian's soul was thinking. Even if he knew, it wouldn't matter. He only cared about Flywheel and Qingfeng, because it wasn't until Flywheel and Qingfeng arrived that the world began to become interesting. More than a year has passed in the blink of an eye, and at this moment Xuanguang is walking on the street. I thought Flywheel and Qingfeng would arrive soon, but unexpectedly, another year passed and neither of them came. Originally, Xuanguang didn't plan to come out today, but I don't know why. Unconsciously, he walked out of the internet cafe. Seeing a lively crowd on the street at this moment also feels quite interesting. Suddenly, two voices came from a distance. Brother, I also want to participate in the Explosive Gold Championship. You said it's light and agile, violent racing is not something you want. If I want it, do I want it? Give me a violent car. No matter what, I just want it. Don't do this, everyone is watching. Brother, don't you want it? It's an explosive car. Of course I did, my biggest dream. Just as the Flywheel finished speaking, a kind voice came over saying, you will soon have your own explosive car. Upon hearing this sound, Flywheel and Qingfeng turned their heads and saw a handsome man with long hair. When they first saw the man, they were also shocked by Xuanguang's incredible appearance and stopped. Xuanguang slowly walked towards them. That's right, this person is Xuanguang. When he heard the conversation between Flywheel and Qingfeng, he already guessed who these two people were. Chapter 8. Flywheel and Qingfeng. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the Flywheel and Qingfeng, Xuanguang silently thinking in their hearts, sigh, when you two wait for me, even the yellow cauliflower will cool down, you two will finally arrive. Flywheel looked at the stranger in front of him and said, hello, my name is Flywheel. Thank you for your kind words. Before Flywheel could finish speaking, Qingfeng jumped up and down and said, there's me. Hello, my name is Qingfeng. Nice to meet you. You just said that my brother will have a pop-up car soon, so I don't know when I will have a pop-up car. Looking at Qingfeng's funny expression, he smiled and said, hello, my name is Xuanguang, just call me Guang. Then he said to Qingfeng, you will soon have your own explosive racing car. After chatting for a while, Qingfeng and Flywheel looked at Xuanguang without any malice, and then said that we were going to the training summer camp for explosive racing. I don't know, do you want to go with us? Xuanguang thought for a moment and said, there's nothing to do today. Let's go with you, just take a walk and relax. On the way, the hunting heavenly spirit inside Xuanguang's body spoke up and said, Xuanguang, are these the two teenagers you mentioned? I feel like they're just ordinary, there's nothing special about them. Xuanguang answered with his spiritual thoughts, yes, it's these two teenagers. You'll discover their uniqueness in the future. After listening to Xuanguang's words, hunting heavenly soul didn't continue to inquire and continued to stay quietly in Xuanguang's inner space. Not long after, a group of 3 arrived to train the following camps. At this moment, the Flywheel spoke up and said, Qingfeng, look at many people who come here to practice like us. Although everyone is using practice cars that cannot participate in the competition, there is not enough skill for leveling and adding coins. Qingfeng, let's also practice. Just when the 2 of them were about to run and practice, it seemed like they remembered there was still a Xuanguang, and then looked toward Xuanguang. Do you also want to come and train with Xuanguang? Xuanguang smiled and said, forget it, I won't go. You guys should go practice on your own. I'll just watch from the side. Flywheel and Qingfeng heard Xuanguang say this, so they didn't invite him anymore. They took their own practice car and ran to practice. The 2 of them found a relatively open area, and then the Flywheel placed the exploding chip used for practice in front. Then, the Flywheel exerted force and threw the training car in hand towards the exploding chip. After a quick slide, the practicing car passed by the chip, causing an awkward scene for a while. Make Qingfeng laugh non-stop beside him. While laughing, he said, brother, you're too bad, aren't you? Of course, the Flywheel is not satisfied at this moment. Hummed, then come on in exchange. Failed, there will be punishment. Qingfeng confidently said, okay. If I fail, I will dance upside down, but it's impossible. Then he took the exploding car from the Flywheel's hand and confidently ran towards the distance, saying while running, brother, learn more. Walking to a similar position, the Flywheel stopped and shouted, super launch, before forcefully throwing the practice car in hand. After landing on the ground, the practicing flying car slid for a while, but surprisingly, the flying car was just a little short of the chip. At this moment, Qingfeng saw this scene and couldn't help but open his mouth wide, and the Flywheel couldn't help but sigh. In order to accept defeat, Flywheel really started dancing upside down, and the people next to him were watching Qingfeng dance upside down. The people on the roadside all felt that Qingfeng was very strange, laughing incessantly. The Flywheel also chuckled happily on the side, boasting and boasting. Watching the 2 of them playing and frolicking, Xuanguang couldn't help but laugh out loud. Watching these 2 people being so funny there, he couldn't help but sigh, youth is good. It feels like being with them makes him feel much younger. At this moment, a person walked out from above the stairs of the summer training camp, and a young man who was about 1 or so tall walked out. He has white and yellow hair, wears a suit and tie, and a look of disdain towards the world in his eyes. Speaking arrogantly, there are indeed quite a few people who aspire to become explosive racers. At this moment, Qingfeng also saw the young man and quickly called for Flywheel Road. Brother, look who that is. Chapter 9. The Arrogant Youth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Flywheel looked towards the direction pointed by Qingfeng and also saw the young man on the steps. He said, why do you think you've seen it somewhere before? The boy on the steps heard this and looked at the Flywheel, Qingfeng, and Xuanguang. Say, oh, are you new here? Don't mention it, you can use this practice field as you please. Fei Luan heard this and said in frustration, what he said is similar to what your family does. At this moment, the young man standing on the steps walked down and said, that's it. Qingfeng was stunned for a moment and then shocked. This is really owned by your family. Looking at Qingfeng's shocked expression, the young man proudly spoke up, yes. Not only this training ground, but also the entire city belongs to our family, $1 million consortium. Upon hearing the bombshell-like news, Flywheel and Qingfeng were so shocked that their heads almost stood up, and then a small star appeared in their eyes. Xuanguang appeared calm on his face. He had been here for 5 years and had long known that it belonged to $1 million consortium. Moreover, he had read the original work and knew that the young man was not a good person. Then I heard the young man disdainfully say, don't be too excited, you commoners. Upon hearing these words, Flywheel and Qingfeng suddenly felt a bucket of cold water poured on them. Qingfeng couldn't help but say, "This guy is really annoying." And the young man said, "Oh, by the way, where's your explosive car?" Upon hearing these words, Flywheel and Qingfeng lowered their heads in shame and rubbed their hands together. Seeing the expressions on the Flywheel and Qingfeng, he pretended not to know and said, "Oh, I forgot that those who practice here are all beginners." Upon hearing these words, Qingfeng became furious again, and the Flywheel couldn't help but come out to smooth the situation. "Forget it, Qingfeng, forget it." The young man continued, "All right, I should go now. As I left, I couldn't help but sigh. Oh, the work of patrolling civilians is really tiring." Upon hearing these words, Qingfeng was so angry that his face turned into a horse face and he shouted, "Damn it, damn it, damn it. Don't let me see you again." After watching the young man leave, Flywheel easily thought to himself, "This person is really strange." After seeing the young man walk away, Qingfeng said to the Flywheel, "Brother and light. Let's not worry about him, let's go practice." Flywheel smiled and said, "Regardless of him, when we go to practice, Xuanguang doesn't show any concern. Anyway, he didn't care about it. Whatever he is, let him be strong. As long as I make a slight move, it is already the limit of this world." Quickly, the sun gradually set, watching the sun set. It's time for the Flywheel to go back to Qingfeng, and then he said to Xuanguang, "Xuanguang, we need to go back. Do you want to go back with us?" Upon hearing this, Xuanguang couldn't resist. "I have a place to live, I'll go home instead of accompanying you too." Upon hearing Xuanguang's words, the Flywheel did not force anyone to do anything difficult. "Then, let's leave first and continue to gather here tomorrow." Xuanguang let out a sigh and said with a smile, "Nice to meet you today. See you tomorrow." When leaving, Xuanguang also exchanged contact information with Flywheel and Qingfeng. It's also good to first establish a good relationship with Flywheel and Qingfeng. Quickly, the backs of Flywheel and Qingfeng disappeared into Xuanguang's eyes, and then Xuanguang turned around and walked towards the direction of the internet cafe. Chapter 10. Storm Falcon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not long after, Xuanguang returned to the internet cafe, which had 3 floors. The first and second floors were places for internet access, while the third floor was where Xuanguang lived. Walking to the internet cafe counter, I saw a young man at the counter. At this moment, the young man looked down at the computer and felt someone coming to say, "Hello, what can I do to help you?" This young man's name is Deng Tianheng, and he is a worker from Xiantian Internet Cafe. When there is nothing else to do, Xuanguang would also come to the bar and sit there. When there is something to do, he would let Deng Tianheng watch the store alone, but most of the time it is Deng Tianheng watching alone at the bar. At this moment, Xuanguang spoke up and said, "Oh my God, are there many customers today? How is your income?" Upon hearing this sound, Deng Tianheng looked up at the person. Please the boss, you're back." Then Deng Tianheng reported to Xuanguang about today's income and some minor situations, and Xuanguang went upstairs to his room to rest. On the 3rd floor, Xuanguang opened the door with a key. When the door opened, Xuanguang's home came into view. The house where Xuanguang lives also has 4 rooms, a kitchen, a lobby, a toilet and a balcony. There is everything that should be at home. What refrigerators, televisions, sofas, etc. are all readily available. Xuanguang first poured himself a glass of water, took a sip of water, and then went back to his room. At this moment in the room, Xuanguang thought to himself that although there was not much progress with Flywheel and Qingfeng today, he had successfully established a relationship. Only by building a good relationship with them can they bring themselves on the adventure next time. Thinking of this mysterious light, I can't help but marvel at how resourceful I am. It was so easy to board the adventure train, as you should know that every time Flywheel and Qingfeng embark on an adventure, they go through various hardships of life and death. The first part is all about various interesting battles, and during the finale, they also went to an unknown place. The second part is about exploring other universes, and the third part is about exploring ancient flying cars. Thinking about it is stimulating. And in the world of the second installment, there is also his beloved Princess Luo Qing, who has already fantasized about his beautiful life in the future. Thinking about it, Xuanguang unconsciously fell into a deep sleep. The next day, Xuanguang got up first and did some simple washing, and then made him a healthy breakfast. After finishing all of this, he went to the bar on the first floor and talked to Deng Tianheng. What to pay attention to today, then we will move towards the direction of the training summer camp. After walking for about a few minutes, Xuanguang finally arrived at the training summer camp. Xuanguang looked towards the summer camp, where there were already many people practicing, but there was no Flywheel or Qingfeng present. Seeing that Qingfeng and Flywheel had not come to Xuanguang, he found a clean place, sat down, and waited slowly. Not long after waiting, two figures, one red and one blue, walked towards the direction of the training summer camp. I saw the blue figure holding a blue flying car in his hand. And the exploded flying car was still shaking, and two figures, one red and one blue, were still talking to the blue flying car. Who else can there be with that red and blue figure, besides the Flywheel and Qingfeng? Seeing this scene, Xuanguang had already guessed a rough idea. If I guess correctly, the flying car in the Flywheel's hand is the Storm Falcon.